Hi everyone, welcome on board to FR0M.
Fellow countrymen and women, I am doing this video. My question this evening is to former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi. With the uncoordinated security network among the security agencies today, and the lack of proper coordination between the office of the president and the vice president, do you...
You see what is happening here? I won't take this. He called it to be people. This colonel is AMPP personnel. You call it to be people. Stop that, please, Dino. You did, Dino, stop that. I'm taking a lot.
Tension mounted when certain section of the attendees of Arise Television Town Hall meeting held in Hilton, Abuja, discovered that Okowa, the vice presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, PDP, will be standing in for Atiku, the presidential candidate. This is not the first time that we will be observing this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not attend any free platform or neutral platform debate or talks. Nigerians demand that presidential candidates present themselves, sell us your mandate, tell us what you want to do. Let us ask you questions. Let us discuss. We want to be sure. We don't want to make the same mistake that we made in the past. We want to be sure this time around, when you now get there, you will still be answerable to us. Anyway, calm was later brought back to the town hall meeting, but soon after that, more feathers got ruffled. Atiku Abubakar's supporters, led by Dino Melaye, and of course, Labour Party, the flag bearer who is Peter Obi, had some little bit of rough. Dino Melaye asked a question. Watch what transpired in the next clip. And before then, if you're just coming across this platform and you're not a member, let's build it together. It is free. Tap on the subscription button, and the red notification icon bell is very important so you'll get alerts whenever videos are dropped.
Fellow countrymen and women, my name is Dino Melaye. My question this evening is to former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi. And the question is straightforward. With the uncoordinated security network among the security agencies today, and the lack of proper coordination between the office of the president and the vice president, do you, as presidential candidate of Labour Party, believe that the office of the president and vice president is one and same or not? Thank you.
Mr. Peter Obi, I see that you want to take that first.
Mr.
Peter Obi, candidate of the Labour Party.
The office of the president and the office of the vice president is not the same. There's a commander-in-chief. The button stops at somebody's desk. He can, of course, delegate that power. That is why when the president travels, we talk about transition. The vice president cannot is not commander-in-chief. In terms of coordination, they should work as a family. They should work together. But as president and commander-in-chief, the decision and the buck stops on my desk. I will be responsible to Nigerians. That team, my vice president...
Quiet in the hall, please.
That team, my vice president, will be working very closely with me. That even the constitution have areas where he delegated the vice president to head. It didn't say he's commander-in-chief. So I'll be in charge. And I will not...
Please, no noise from the hall.
But that notwithstanding, everybody in government, like the Governor Okowa has said, has to work as a family. A family doesn't mean that you don't have a head. A family, the father is the head, but it's still a family. And they live together. So we will be a family, but I will be in charge.
Arise Television organized a town hall meeting, and we can say they presented a platform for 2023 presidential candidates to express their views, to present their mandate, and of course for stakeholders, for Nigerians to question them. Everyone wants to know what many of these presidential candidates have to offer. Notwithstanding, the question that Dino Melaye asked is a very important question. If you observe very closely, you realize that in Nigeria, we run the presidential system. What I mean is this: the president dictates, determines. In fact, the president can step on the toes, not even toes, step on all the foot of all of the rest of the parastatals, or what is supposed to operate without the control or influence of the presidency, or of the president. All of this can be stepped upon. I'm talking of the judiciary. I'm talking about the parts of government. I'm talking of the judiciary. I'm talking of the legislator. The president can do and undo. In fact, the president could go on with presidential order on certain things that are not clear, certain decisions. The president can sidestep and say, yes, I have the right to do and undo, particularly the kind of politics, the kind of democracy, so-called democracy they run in Africa, in Nigeria. It is a terrible one. The president determines and dictates. Watch what happened when Buhari traveled and he realized that his vice president was doing extremely well. He was called, of course, it is personal anyway, and he quickly jumped back. These are the lacunas, these are the things that are supposed to be looked into if we are truly talking about progressing a nation. I know a lot of people are talking about breakup of Nigeria, but then let us still talk about Nigeria as it is right now. The way to progress Nigeria is to see Nigeria, to see that nation as the most important, and I'm talking about the collective consciousness of everybody. Yes, to see it as a nation, but unfortunately, it cannot be. They say the foundation is destroyed. What else can be done? The foundation of Nigeria is not standing on a firm, solid ground. It is on a cancerous ground. That is why you find people with personal interest. And they've said it. They say there is no permanent friendship. All we look at is permanent interest. I can decamp, cross carpet, and whatever. Now, what we hear are vituperations. We hear back and forth from one politician to the other. Tomorrow, one person will say, I was blind. Today, I can see. And tomorrow, they will say, I was not blind. I was just trying to learn. They come up with several oratory and talks, hoping to hoodwink a lot of people. But as it stands right now, 2 people have refused to attend any town hall meeting on a neutral ground, on a neutral platform. They've refused debate, and I'm talking about APC flag bearer and PDP flag bearer. Both of them respectively have refused to attend any town hall meeting. They've seen themselves as the number one. They believe on how they can manipulate or how they can run the elections or the votes, or how they can, maybe somehow convince or confuse their supporters. I believe that is the reason why many of them have refused to come out to speak. They only speak on selected platforms and platforms that they choose. Of course, there is no mandatory law on any candidate to come to a neutral platform for debate. It is so sad. It is so sad because, like I said, they do not have that thought. It's about themselves, how they can get power for themselves, how they can put that on their name. It is not selfless service. It is not about upgrading lives. It is not about putting value, adding value on that nation, on that country. It's about, I became president. I am the president. The buck lies on my table. I will make the decision. So Nigerians are thinking, okay, what is the way out? Are we going to continue in sin and say grace will abound? Are we going to continue in this mediocrity? And Peter will be presenting himself, and they feel like, okay, we see a hint of light. But unfortunately, the way they sold you Messiah, you might be surprised that the Messiah that you're looking at, or the Savior that you're thinking or expecting, might become someone who will do something terrible. It's so sad. That is because we do not have a strong system, a functioning system, a system that works in a synchronous manner, like what spewed out, vomited Boris Johnson in the United Kingdom, like what could vomit Donald Trump when he thought that the United States of America is his house, is his home. You see, we do not have any of this, and this is the reason why the system is weak, is cancerous, is corrupt. It is not solid. Until we begin to operate systems where legislators are powerful, they can kick out the president. The president also can take certain actions and also make sure that he's doing things right. And not just that, also that the judiciary is functioning as it should function. The arms of government should work in that manner. But unfortunately, that is not what we have. There are a lot of things that needs to change. There are a lot of things that we cannot say, oh, if we continue in this as it is, having senators who are governors and they still get their pension as governors and still get, who does that? All of these are supposed to be scrapped. How can you have reps in your state and still have the so-called people representing you at the federal level? It is not supposed to be a waste of money. They borrow money to pay senators. What are we running? Everything, the foundation is useless, is rubbish. Ever since the outburst of Peter Obi at the Arise Television Town Hall meeting, Dino Melaye has requested for an apology from Peter Obi. He claimed that he never said any of the words that Peter Obi claimed that he said, and he made mention of some errors that Peter Obi made, and he concluded that Peter Obi is not the right candidate for president. He said Peter Obi will end up becoming a tyrant. Peter Obi will take laws into his hands, that Peter Obi will be so harsh. He said a president is supposed to comport himself publicly. You are seeking for support. You should be calm. You should be able to take anything that comes to you. If not, you will be an oppressor. And with that, it's in fact a dichotomy. We have several opinions, right, left, and center. Some are saying no, Peter Obi is a no-nonsense man. Is he really a no-nonsense man? Does he really have that leadership quality in him? What are leadership quality? What is the quality? What is required of a president? Let us hear from Dino Melaye.
Just to clarify the outburst by Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party yesterday. It was not provoked. I was sitting far opposite the top seat where they were sitting. I didn't mention his name. And I was really surprised to see that type of outburst from a presidential candidate. Is that the type of president he's going to make? Just taking on people and showing unpresidential characteristics? The way he acted yesterday was very, very, he rather called me out because there was no way, I didn't do anything. I didn't call his name. Where I was sitting, there's nothing I would have said that Obi would have heard. And there was nothing. I didn't do anything. So that outburst is unwarranted, very unpresidential, unacceptable of a leader. A leader must be matured. One who wants to govern this country must be accommodating, must have a lot of patience, must have perseverance. These are basic characteristics of leadership anywhere in the world. You want to be president of Nigeria and you are reacting in such a manner in public. This one will slap ADC for office as president. So I want to clear the air that there was nothing, I didn't do anything to him. He was so provoked and so carried away by the performance of Governor Okowa that he was saying that somebody outside is from ANPP. Does that make any sense? Is there any party like ANPP in Nigeria today? ANPP collapsed in 2014 when they all amalgamated and merged together to form APC. But he was so disorganized, so disoriented, that he was saying that the person out there is from ANPP. Is there any party like ANPP in Nigeria today? Next time when you want to go for a debate, be as calm as Governor Okowa. Be as calm as the PDP vice presidential candidate. But that was very unpresidential, and I deserve, a serious apology.
What are your thoughts as regards this one? Let us meet at the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe and tap on the notification bell. And for those who have been here with this platform, I say a very big thank you.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.